Hey everybody, it's Adam with Up and Adam Comics, and I thought today, I know I got a request pretty early on. I think it was Nate from Hall. Yeah, that was like, "Hey, I want to see some of the art and things like that you have in your office." So, what I thought I'd do is do like a little quick office tour. So, personally, I don't have a lot of art and things like that, prints and things like that hung up at home. I let my wife control the house in terms of how she wants to decorate. And as she's not a comic fan, she's not into it. So uh, totally fine. But I have my office to kind of play around with, and I rotate some things through with what I have here. So let's start the tour. Okay, so I thought I would start over here. So back behind me, with a lot of things that I have. So I have the like little Argonath um, hand statues that kind of serve as bookends for some different things. I also have the little pop Moon Knight Marvel Spotlight. Sometimes I've had that hung up on my wall, but I just have it right there for now. Um, and then up on the next shelf, I got a Kevin Garnett. I'm a big Kevin Garnett fan. Got this from a Star Wars uh, crate, like a subscription thing that came out probably like 4 times a year. But it was just like a little shadow box Yoda thing. So I was like, sure, I'll put that up. I got a Gollum from Lord of the Rings, and that's where the Argonath came from as well. Lord of the Rings had these um, uh, uh, extended, like limited releases of the Blu-ray sets for the extended editions that came with like little statues from What a Workshop. So that's where the Argonath and also this really nice Gollum there. Behind that, I'm a big guitar fan. Used to play a lot of guitar, and so this is like a little mini guitar signed by Kenny Wayne Shepherd. So I thought that was pretty cool. I have a Conan figure right next to that, which I think is really cool. And I'm also a big Seahawks fan, lifelong Seahawks fan. So I got my Sean Alexander, Richard Sherman, and I got a little mini helmet signed by KJ Wright, linebacker I got to meet in person. So I got him to sign that. All right, more comic stuff. Um, I got this figure that's Taskmaster. Taskmaster has always been one of my favorite villains, and I just thought this was a cool. I think it's the Marvel Legacy or Gallery edition or something like that. But that was one of the first like bigger little collectible things that I got. Just always have loved Taskmaster. Maybe it's something with like skulls and cowl kind of things that I've just really loved his costume. I have a McFarlane Jimi Hendrix from Woodstock that a friend of mine gave me. And of course, I have to have some Doom. You'll see several Doom things in there, but I got this statue last year for Doom. Also, have Black Series TIE Fighter up there with little dude inside. Picked this up recently. This is a Marvel Gallery Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is one of my favorite characters whatsoever. And then I have a little Darth Vader in, in the corner. He used to, I think I need to replace the batteries, but he kind of motion detected and would say some things. So I thought it was cool. Like if anybody's coming to my office, they might set it off and Darth Vader says some things to them. But I need to replace the batteries on that. Got a few like little pops and figures up here. Again, Seahawks. Got some Steve Largent, Marshawn Lynch, Homer, Rick Sanchez. I also own pugs, so I have to have had a Lego pug and Men in Black bobblehead, little Kevin Smith Batman. Big Moon Knight fan, of course. A friend of mine gave me these two Moon Knight pops, which is cool. I got these for pretty cheap. It's just Walking Dead stuff, but it's Daryl. Oh my gosh, forgetting his name. uh, but the guy, he was in the comics, and then there's a surfer right there as well. And then moving on, I have kind of a shining corner. So I got this piece. that's Tula Lote, did The Shining, and she only did 10 of these originally. She has a new release, I think, that's a little bit different than this, but this was her original thing. And when I met her in person, she was talking to me about how she only had one of these left. This was like her favorite piece that she worked on. I bought like a little sketch book from her that had Shining stuff in it. And she was just like, Shining is one of her favorite movies, and this was her favorite piece that she ever did. So, of course, I had to buy it since it was the last one. But I have that right next to my office. And then over here, this piece, well, first we'll show my friend Brandon got me this little Shining little axe, so it kind of fits in well with the corner here. But my friend that I've shown some other pieces from, Rich Hilliard, did this Shining art that he put this poster. And again, this is artist proof, so he hasn't really printed these. So he just printed, he did the art, and then he posted on his Instagram like when he finished the art. And so I was like, ooh, I really want a print of that. And he was like, oh yeah, I'll get you one. So since I do work at a college, it's kind of cool to have somebody that I work with to like showcase his stuff. But this one always gets a lot of comments because people, if they're walking down my hallway, they can see this directly and just, thinking of seeing Jack staring at them as students are walking by the hallway. Just kind of cool. A couple of other things that I have. I have this, gosh, let me see if I can get this going here. I have the Seahawks helmet that my brother got me that rotates. And so it'll start spinning here in a little bit, but it's kind of one of those things, just through magnets is kind of being held and moves throughout there. I have a Han and Carbonite on my desk, which is just a really cool statue. Always love Empire. I mean, Return of the Jedi, but Empire is when he goes down into the Carbonite. So always love that. Got a little Slave One with Boba Fett in there. Also have a Lego Boba Fett helmet and a Thanos. This was kind of funny. My in-laws gave me this Thanos for Christmas, just saying, hey, this showed up as something that he might like. And so I was like, yeah, sure, I do like that. But sometimes, these you can position the fingers. I don't want to flip anybody off that I work with, but I have it kind of put in the like pre-snap phase there. One of the kind of cool things I have is this little Planet of the Apes. This is sand. I got this for like $1 at a book fair thing, but it's got the little dude on the horse coming up to that. And also I need to replace the batteries, but it does say like, damn you all to hell, that you could make it say that. So that's kind of cool. Also, when I was leaving my last job, somebody gave me this piece from, if you recognize the Mandalorian TV show. This is like a heavy paperweight, but this is some, I want to say Beskar. Whoa, hey, that's loud. And then I saw this thing and it just cracked me up. It's a little alien walking a little face hugger, and the face hugger is cocking his leg on the fire hydrant and like leaving some acid on the fire hydrant. So while the alien is busy on his cell phone. So that just cracked me up. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, I gotta buy that. A couple other little figures that I have on my desk. Got another bust Doctor Doom. The guy that gave me the Shining axe purchased this for me, so that's really cool. And I got one of the like little, I guess technically Scotty Young Doctor Dooms, but and also the Thing. I'd hope to get the rest of the Fantastic Four. It'd be really cool. Then I got a little Grogu wishing me well, and an R2D2 pin holder. And there's my lovely wife on her wedding day. Right above my desk, I have to have this. I had to have this piece. So this is Bernie Wrightson. I will be with you on your wedding night, I think is the title of this. But I just love having this up at my desk because I can just, get lost in Bernie's artwork. And so just the intense detail and cross hatching and all that kind of stuff that he does, like nobody else. And I just love this piece so much. But this was a limited piece. I got 248 out of 300, and it's got the little Wrightson embossed piece. But this was made after he passed away. But just probably my favorite Frankenstein piece whatsoever. So yeah, had to get that. But this is just very cool, and a lot of people that come in that they love seeing it, and they're like, "Whoa, I've never heard of this person!" And check out how crazy that detail is for that. So, and then I have a section of prints that I rotate around, and starting at the top, my first con I went to, I met Mark Bagley, and he signed this print for me for Spider-Man. Figure like Bagley, you got to get a Spider-Man piece. I'm a huge George Perez fan. This is a Fantastic Four print I got from him. One of the ink masters, Joe Sinat, is a FF86 print signed by him. And then here I have a Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. This was a limited print that was given at a special event for one of the Baltimore Comic Cons that I went to and got. They both signed that one, which is really cool. Here I have a Mike Zeck. It's the number 10 Secret Wars cover. Above that, I just recently got this in the last year. My friend Jimmy picked this up for me at New York Comic Con, but it's a Stephen Platt Moon Knight. I love Stephen Platt's Moon Knight. Here I have a Jim Steranko Captain America for issue 111. Of course, he put to Adam best regards. And this was also a recent acquisition. Also a big Stephen King fan. And Jay Lee did the Dark Tower comics for that. And this is a print signed by Jay Lee for Roland Deschain, the gunslinger from the Dark Tower. Duplicating a little bit here, but I have another George Perez print of Wonder Woman. I just really like that pose and how that looks. Here I have the classic Neal Adams 251 that he signed for me at a smaller con, but just, so iconic, classic Batman cover. Another Mike Zeck piece for Secret Wars that I have here. I just like it because it has like so many people in it. Sorry about all the reflection glare I'm getting there. And this is going to get replaced soon, but it's Arthur Sudam Walking Dead poster that he did. You've probably seen a video of me complaining about him a little bit, so I'm going to take that one down. I got tons of other prints to put up. And then the last piece, this is one of my kind of prized possessions in my art collection. So this is a copy. I don't have the I'm not going to put the original in my office, but this is a copy of a 2-page spread, and this is Fantastic Four, number 34, pages 1 and 2. So the story behind this, and this is done by R.B. Silva, the story behind this is the moment. Right after when Doom is at the altar getting married right here, and his bride tells him, hey, is there anything else that you need to tell anyone? And she said, hey, I slept with Johnny Storm. And so she just let him know this. And you could just see in his face, like, oh boy, some stuff's going to go down. And then kind of continued, he just unleashes hell on the Fantastic Four, and she's crying there. Um, Namor comes running at Doom, and he just is like so angry and just destroys them. And so like that was I just love this double page thing. So working with the art dealer who was connecting to RB, one of the things that was kind of cool was he was like, if you buy an original art page, he'll do a little remark. And so I asked, just because you have to ask, is like, well, considering this is 2 pages, would he do a 2 remarks? So he agreed to that. And so the first one here, I got a little Doctor Doom remark on the side of that. And then I had him do Galactus because I'd never seen him do Galactus before. So I know it doesn't tie in directly to this piece, but I just wanted to see his take on Galactus, and those being probably my 2 favorite Marvel villains. I was like, yeah, let's see, and tied into the FF universe. I was like, yeah, I would love to get that. So this RB works digitally, so this is a 1 of 1 originals that I have, and then I just made a copy just so that I could hang it up in my office. So anyway, the tour. Whoa, sorry, got way up and close and personal with me. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll after I rotate some things through, we'll do it. Maybe I'll do my comic room tour. Would be kind of funny, so I might have to do one of those at some point too. But hope you're doing well, and make sure you flip through a floppy. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.